on the morning of the big day, but the ground was still white with snow and the air was very cold. Outside the gates of Wonka's factory, enormous crowds of people had gathered to watch the five lucky ticket holders going in. It was just before 10 o'clock. Right beside the gates stood the five famous children together with the grown-ups who had come with them. The tall, bony figure of Grandpa Joe could be seen standing quietly among them, and beside him, holding tightly onto his hand, was little Charlie Bucket himself. All the children except Charlie had both their mothers and fathers with them. They were so eager to get going that their parents were having to hold them back by force to prevent them from climbing over the gates. "Be patient," cried the fathers. "Be still. It's not time yet. It's not 10 o'clock."
There is a violent burglary, he heard someone shouting. That's all her rights. I can remember her face from the newspapers. And you know what? Somebody else shooting back. She's still chewing that dreadful old piece of gum she's had for 3 months. You look at her jaws. They're still working on it. Who is the big fat boy? That's August Gloop. So it is enormous, isn't he? Fantastic. Who is the kid with the picture of the Lone Ranger stretching on his wind cheater? That's Mike TV, his television friend. The one I want to see Veracruz Assault, shouted another voice in the crowd. She is the girl whose father bought up 500,000 chocolate bars and then made the workers on his pint factory unwipe every one of them until they found a golden ticket. He gives her anything that she wants, absolutely anything. She only has to start screaming for it and she gets it.
Dreadful, isn't it? Shocking, I call it. Which do you think is her? That one, over there on the left, the little girl in the silver mink goat. Which one is Charlie Bucket? Charlie Bucket? He must be that skinny little shrimp standing beside the old fellow who looks like a skeleton. Why hasn't he got a coat on in this cold weather? Don't ask me. Maybe he can't afford to buy one. Goodness me, he must be freezing. Charlie, standing only a few paces away from the speaker, gave Grandpa Joe's hand a squeeze, and the old man looked down at Charlie and smiled. Somewhere in the distance, a church clock began striking 10. Very slowly, the great iron gates of the factory began to swing open. The crowd became suddenly silent. The children stopped jumping about. All eyes were fixed upon the gates. "There is he!" somebody shouted. "That's him!" And so it was.